How about you all sit there quietly while I make dad noises?
Dad noises. Dad noises.
Ran over there and go to the John.
Welcome to Dad Noises, the podcast for dads, by a dad, without a dad. I'm your host, JP Doyle, and I am joined by my lovely, gorgeous producer, Dylan Harper. What's going on?
Oh, not a lot, man. You flatter me as always.
I try my best. I'm trying my, we gotta help flatter each other. Bros gotta flatter bros.
That's a good point.
But yeah, we are back. It feels like it's been a while because we haven't done a show like this format in a while because holidays coming around, things changing. But it always feels a little different doing the shows like this for some reason.
Yeah, the nerves definitely settle in every time I come in. I thought it was going to be fine, and then I went to grab the mouse, and my hand was shaking.
Was it really?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Either early onset Parkinson's or just nerves. We're going to hope for the nerves.
Yeah, hopefully so. So I don't want to call you Michael J. Fox in the corner over there. But
I'll
yeah.
still take it.
Yeah, he still was in Back to the Future, so that's pretty badass. But yeah, so it's Christmas time. That's what we're finishing up here. And then tomorrow's New Year's Eve?
Correct.
Yep. So it's just that time of year. Talking about Christmas time, how was your Christmas?
Mine was good. Lots of family time. Mostly worked through most of it, but we were closed Christmas Day, so I didn't have to worry about all that.
Yeah. So it just kind of chilled?
Yeah, for the most part. Not a whole lot going on.
Did you get anything cool?
I got a Rockets sweater that has like the 1994 championship patch.
Nice.
And I really tried to like downplay it when I pulled it. I was like, oh, this is great. Like really cool. And then I went to my closet and like fucking put it on and just huddled up with it.
Just sniffed it.
Yeah.
Like Joe Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can still smell Olajuwon's sweat on it. Yeah, man, that's 93, 94. They won both those years, right?
Yeah.
Man, what a team, right?
Was it 94? Or 94 and 95?
Yeah, I think you're right.
That sounds right.
Check on there real fast. See, give it a good old Googs there, or you know what we call it? Give it a duck, dick, go. That's what we do. Oh wait, no, he went to Google. Never mind. Use DuckDuckGo to go to Google. But yeah, the Rockets then were really good. I actually went to the game. You can blame me for this, I guess. I did this in school, 94, 95. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Nice.
We had a hot streak going. I was born in 94. 2 for 2 in the years I was alive.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I was born in 93.
Wow. Not a good year for us.
No, not at all. And then you want to hear something worse? So I did this spring break camp in junior high. So it was like for a week long, you went to like every day you went to a different thing, and it cost like a certain amount of money. And I really wanted to do it because they were going to a Rockets game, and I loved the Rockets back then. And I really, and there was some other cool stuff like water park and stuff. And then of course I was like, there's going to be chicks doing this.
Well,
so, I always got to go for that. And I talked to the teacher, and cause we didn't have the money for it. So I talked to the teacher and kind of just like mentioned that I wanted to do it. Long story short, this teacher, shout out to her. I still remember this. She wrote a letter to the people that were hosting the event or doing the event. It was like the city of Deer Park, I think. And she basically like wrote them saying like the student, he's a good student and his family's not financially like able to do this, but I've heard him talk about it and he really deserves to do it, blah, blah, blah. She like went in like without me asking. And then she just told me like, hey, you're going to get to do this. And because like they wrote her, like said, okay. So I got to do it for free. Yeah, dude. That game was the game that they lost to the Celtics that broke the 22 game streak.
They probably kicked you right out of the stadium.
I ruined it, bro. I ruined the Rockets streak. I haven't been a fan since.
Nah, I mean, I think it was kind of mutual. They disowned you as well.
I think so. Man, it's so sad because I go to the gym and shoot around, And in my head, you know how you like Kobe, like you say stuff like that, you know? And I started thinking of like the players I used to watch. Like, man, you remember like Ray for Austin, and then they like you go even back further, Steve Francis.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot. No, I didn't forget, but like I forgot Yao Ming, bro. Like how good, like that, his fadeaway jumpers.
Oh, he was insane.
He did not get the recognition that he deserves. Like, cause you know that was like Shaq's time too. So everybody, and Dwight Howard was coming up. So everybody wanted to. They want the aggressive centers that throw bows and stuff. And Yao Ming, he was like a gentle giant, dude. He was like,
the nicest guy for sure.
man, he had a weird shooting form too. He held the ball because his hands were so fucking huge. Like, but like nobody gave him credit. Like he was such a beast. And I was thinking about him, and
I feel like that's just a trend in like Houston sports though. Like nobody ever gets like recognition until they leave.
yeah, I feel like that's the same too. Like James Harden.
James Harden, yeah, he left, and then everybody suddenly knew who he was and like wanted him to do well.
Yeah. So see, I stopped watching basketball around the time they started doing the super teams. Like I was a big fan of Oklahoma City because they were like that. I like Kevin Durant and UT, and then like they were that underdog team throughout the playoffs, like the two young dudes carrying the team, and it was just something fun, like watching them. And then once Miami did the Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and LeBron thing, it just like everybody started doing that, and I just stopped watching it.
Oh, dude, it's not fun like at all. Like,
yeah.
And then like even Houston tried to do like the super team thing, and it just did not work for us because we ran into the Warriors every year.
Yeah.
Like I mean, at one point we had like James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon. Like I mean, our team was very solid, and like it didn't matter. It never did, just because we got to the Western Conference Finals and played the Warriors.
And they're a solid team, and they weren't like necessarily put together, right? They just had some dudes that came off. They were starters, but like what's his name? The dude that he's another Klay Thompson.
I mean, yeah, they had Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green,
and like those are like homegrown Warriors. Like they weren't.
Right.
See, those super teams are tough, man, because you can't there's an expression, you can't have two headshots in the household. Like you can't have two people trying to be both actors or be famous. Like it's just the personalities seem to clash, you know? I mean, it works. Obviously, there's always couples that are, but anyways, the same thing for those teams, man. You could just see like some of the guys just didn't mold well together.
Right.
They just didn't play. It just started becoming that. Like I remember whenever the Pistons were the team, bro, with like Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, and Chauncey Billups.
Dude, they were so good for so long.
Dude, that starter five, they were the whole All-Star team one year. I believe they were like the starting five of the All-Star team.
I believe it.
They had Rip Hamilton. It was Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, and then they had another dude. He was a skinny, light-skinned dude. He kind of looked like who's the guy that shoots that was like really famous for shooting threes that played for the Pacers. You know who I'm talking about, bald dude. Yeah. Anyways, he looks like him. They had another dude that played, and dude, Detroit was the fucking jam, bro.
I remember when they were really good. My brother came out and he was like, I think I'm a Pistons fan now. And I was like, why is that? And he's like, I don't know. I just like their uniforms. Shut up. I just like their uniforms.
Yeah. That's why I started liking Green Bay at first. Like I was a little kid and I liked green, and I watched it and I was like, dude, this like Favre dude is so good.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's the same reason I'm a Panthers fan, just the blue and black.
Yeah, that's just your jam.
Yeah. So like my family never really watched football, and then like the '04 Super Bowl where it was the Panthers and Patriots, like I just knew I was supposed to hate the Patriots, and I was like, the other team looks really cool. Like,
yeah.
So I've just been with them ever since, which is miserable, but
yeah. I actually went to for our honeymoon when we went and watched a Green Bay game in Lambeau. It was against Carolina. It's when they scored like 35 at the half, before the half or something like that.
We did, or y'all did?
No, Green Bay did.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
It was that year that Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson, they were still playing together. So it's just like, and Cam Newton, he came out on the field and he ripped a sign down, one of the fans' signs down. And it wasn't even like a bad sign. It was like something like don't Lambo leap here or something like that, like Cam or something like that. And then like he went and ripped it down, and it was like it caused like a little scene like before pregame.
Oh, good for him.
He's like, good for him. Fuck that dude, man.
Yeah, fuck that sign, dude. You were in the right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't even know how we got on that. Oh yeah, but that's why I became a Packers fan originally. So it's kind of funny how that just happens. I actually became a Favre fan first, I would say, and then I started liking the whole team.
Yeah.
But the color is what attracted me.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. The green and gold, always a good choice.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, so over this last few weeks or whatever, I haven't really updated anybody because we have been having guests on the show, but this week is, we're back to the roots of the show. And just an update, we had a graduation happen in my family, so that's pretty cool. My wife graduated law school, and now it's on to the bar exam. But when I went to the ceremony, I don't know about people, but like for me personally, I probably could have skipped out on my high school graduation. I don't know if it's just like me, like I just have like an insecurity or something, or some weird issue, but I just feel like I never feel proud of my accomplishments. So it's just for me, it's like graduation ceremonies are just like strange. So we did the ceremony, and I was sitting there thinking about that, how I don't know. I mean, law school makes sense.
Right.
But the problem is that you have to take the bar exam to be able to practice law. And the bar exam is like really fucking hard. And a lot of people, and I think you can only take it a certain amount of times, and then you can't like you have to like wait years or something. But like a lot of people like go through law school and then don't become lawyers because of the bar. So it's like it feels weird to celebrate if they're celebrating
premature a little bit.
Yeah, they're celebrating, like you celebrate the getting to the NFC Championship, but it's like you don't want to like blow your load for getting to the NFC Championship. You're like, okay, now on to the next step. We got to win the championship.
You just got to be edging the whole way.
Yeah, you throw the parade. You don't throw an NFC Championship parade. You throw a Super Bowl parade. So it's kind of, for me, it's weird, but Summer explained it, and she said it helps because it's like a in between, and it breaks up the craziness, which
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then of course, getting through law school is a huge achievement in itself. Yeah. So I understand it, but I always play like if this was me and I was graduating, would I care to like be here? I don't know. Like for some reason, those types of ceremonial things, they don't like matter to me as much for some. I don't know.
Well, like the way I think about it is like I don't like to be like the center of attention. Like all these people came to see me do this as I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, right.
But,
yeah.
But like the whole, like, your entire family comes in and they all watch you like walk across the stage. It's like, I really don't want all these people looking at me to begin with. So
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's a difference, like, because we know people are going to listen to this and it has the chance to be heard by, people on the internet, but it's something different being in a room talking and then putting it out later, but being on a stage, of course, is right. I get nervous, bro. Like for the old show that I used to do, Not Today Satan with Nick, which we mentioned before. If you didn't listen to episode where Dylan first came on, that's how we know each other is through Nick, and he what was I saying? I literally forgot what I was saying. Just completely like boom went away.
Hey, that's all right. We're back on track.
We're back. Okay. Anyways, so what was I saying? Shit. I really fucking forgot what I was talking about.
I was right on track with you until you said that, and then I like tried to decide like if I was on track still.
Bro, I literally itched my eye and forgot everything that I was talking about.
Wiped away the 7th grade with that.
Yeah, just like fucking went all the way. But yeah, I mean, I literally forgot what I was talking about. The ceremonies.
Center of attention.
Okay, yeah, be on stage.
Yeah.
We used to talk about doing that podcast live. And like just talking about it would get me like nervous. And I was like, oh, I don't know why. Because like I've had moments where I had to be on stage or like give a speech or do something like that. And like from my understanding, it went well, comparatively to whatever else was going on. Like I've done plays and stuff, and I mean it went well, but there's just like, so I don't like get tense to the point where I can't perform. I just like it doesn't, that feeling before doesn't feel good. You don't want to get to that feeling. So I understand what you're saying. It takes me a minute. Like even doing this show, I like on this episode we started a few minutes ago, I was nervous. I don't know if you could tell, but I was nervous, like just a little bit, just enough.
Yeah, well, me too.
Once you start talking, it just kind of goes away. Like, but yeah, it's weird. The ceremonies to me are weird. It makes sense. I understand why people do it, but I'm sure there are people that graduate like law school and stuff, and they don't go to their graduation. I'm sure.
Yeah,
that has to be.
I don't know if I would. Again, just like the center of attention thing. Like, I had an ex, and we would go to like their family Christmas, and we would all like buy gifts for each other, and we would go like around the room, and like everybody would watch everybody open their gifts one by one. And when it got to me, dude, it's like all like my girlfriend's family, like I don't really know any of them, and they bought me something, and I'm sitting there like opening. I'm like, not even caring what the present's gonna be. I'm just thinking of like how I should react like once I finally do get it open.
Yeah, like okay, so if I don't like it, how am I gonna hide that I don't like it? Or yeah, it's always weird. Or like some old family member of yours gives you this random cologne that smells like shit, and you're like, I don't want this, bro. Like, it smells so bad. Why couldn't you just pick something that smells good? I mean,
but every time you go out to eat with them, you have to wear it.
Yeah, you have to wear it, or like, yeah, they give you like a shirt or something. Yeah, it's like whenever you're telling that thing about your at Christmas time, I imagine like in a movie, whenever like the person's on stage and like it feels like everybody's in around them and like laughing at them and they're like freaking out. Like,
literally, yeah. I could open the box and it could be a literal piece of dog shit, and I'd just be like, "What, dude? How did y'all know?"
Dude, I love dog shit. Dog
like,
shit's my favorite.
You get in the car with your girlfriend after that. Like, how do you think I reacted? Was that okay? You think they thought I liked it?
Yeah.
They're just no.
They could tell.
They knew.
Yeah. Yeah. Holidays are weird and ceremonies are weird, but I guess there's a reason for them. Somebody thought of them and thought they were important to do. So, but we did that. So that's what's happened in my life. Of course, the holidays going through, it was fun. It was a good time. We saw family, did the whole, thing. I got a Apple Watch. I'm not wearing it right now because it's charging. But I got Apple Watch. I got some cool shit. I had it pretty good. And I got all my shit early. So on Christmas Day, I didn't really have anything to open, but it's okay. I got this microphone from my mother-in-law, so that's cool.
Fancy, no?
Yeah, so better microphone and everything, better stand and everything. So living that high life, feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to share this on here. Thought it was pretty funny. So the other night I had a dream. Dude, I was so ridiculed when I woke up. Like, I literally felt shame in my bones, okay? So I had a dream that I was, like, in an orgy with a whole bunch of people.
Wow.
And, but it sounds cooler until I explain. I would say I was involved in the orgy in the sense of I just stood around while everybody else was fucking. Because,
you were just there?
Okay, little fact, I can't help it. Where everybody's born with imperfections. One of my imperfections is I have a micro penis. No, I'm just kidding. One of the imperfections is I have a very pimply ass. My ass is insanely pimply. Like, you know how when you see people on the street and they have it like their pimples are really bad on their face? Their cheeks look like my cheeks, but not the same cheeks.
Oh, wow.
So we're cheeked up. And I got it I don't know why, just always have. I think I sweat out of my ass pretty bad or something. I don't know what's going on, but
your face is clear though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's literally the only trouble spot. So if I had to pick a place, that's the best place. Except true. If you're in a
orgy.
You don't want pimply ass in an orgy. Like, people are going to be seeing angles of you that, you're not going to see if you're just fucking somebody one-on-one, mano a mano. But whenever you start bringing spectators and stuff involved, people are going to be looking at my ass and knowing that my ass looks like that. And I think what sparked this whole atrocity in my head is that the other day I was taking a piss and I had pants that were like workout pants, and the strings are kind of hard to untie once I tie the knot. And so I had to pee, but when I do that and I have to like, if I put those pants tied under my balls, it like presses on it to where
Yeah,
like,
it closes you up.
right. So the line is squeezed. It's like a kink in the
Right.
in the water hose. So I have to pull my pants down just a little bit, like so my ass is out. So I'm pissing like that, and she took a picture of me, and I saw it, and I was like, ruined, bro. Like,
straight to the subconscious. Like,
yes, obviously it stuck with me hard enough because, dude, I hardly ever have dreams to begin with, and when I do, I always remember them, and they're usually. I want to talk about dreams. I want to ask you about some dream questions. Dreams are always fun and interesting, but I always have the same a reoccurring dream, which I'll talk to you about, and then I'll have like super dope sex dreams. Like that's usually my dreams. That's all I dream about.
that's the whole spectrum.
Yeah, and the reoccurring dreams usually have to do with like sometimes they have involved like a demonic presence is involved. It's like a paranormal type dream. So it's either paranormal or I'm fucking. So this is what my life is. And yeah, this sex dream was not fun because I found out that like people were laughing at me, bro. Like whispers, bro.
Oh no.
And you can't stay hard whenever whispers about your pimply ass in an orgy is occurring. Instant turtle shell, which we've talked about before.
Of course.
Grower, not a shower. And then
No, it
on
will.
top of that, the stress of the situation, my balls just, it was sad. It was sad. I literally woke up and like told Summer about it. And she was like, oh, like she actually felt bad for me. Like
You poor thing.
yeah, like, and she was like, I got this cream you can use and stuff. So I'm gonna try to work on my ass. I wish I need to be an Instagram thought and do like before and afters and see if there's a difference, or make like merch with like before and afters of my ass.
I picture you going into like the dermatologist office and like the receptionist or the lady working the desk is like, your patient here, JP, he's ready. He's here for his acne. And you walk in and your face is completely clear. He's just like, fuck.
Yeah, I have to bend over and yeah. And then dermatologists I find usually are pretty hot chicks. Like
Really?
yeah, out of the
Not
ones
one that I've
seen.
ever been to.
Really? The ones I've seen, they've been hot. So that would be dude, there's no way, bro. If I went to a dermatologist for my ass pimples and the nurse was a chick, or like the doctor was a chick and she was hot, there's no way I'm letting her see my ass. Bro, like I am walking out. I'm just going to walk out. I'm just going to be like, I can't do it. Or you have a dude here? No. Can't. It's
that's a tough thing to do. I don't know if I'd be able to do that either.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna praise Allah that I didn't get it on my face and I got it on my ass, or like I didn't get it on my back. Like I remember seeing a kid in junior high and man, his back was just bad. Like just bad, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So I wasn't like, I didn't think it was funny or anything. Like I wasn't making fun of him. Like
It was just an observation. It's
yes. And it was like, dude, that's what my ass looks like. Like,
imagine you're at the super hot dermatologist and you have those same sweatpants on. You have to pull your pants like down to like your mid thighs.
yeah, and then my little growers in there again, and then it's like my dream in real life happening, like in front of my eyes. So, but yeah, so I was the laughing stock at an orgy in my dream. I was ridiculed by my poor genetics and my, I guess, I don't know, like if it's from being wet or dry. I mean, I don't like particularly think my ass sweats more than the normal ass. When I get nervous or whenever I get like a little anxious, my butt is a sweaty area. Like, you know how people's armpits sweat? My butt will sweat. So maybe my butt is really sweaty or something.
It could be. I've never really had to deal with that. I'm not a very sweaty person, but I'm also like super skinny, so I don't get very insulated
You don't, do you just like not put on weight?
at all.
Really? Do you think you have a tapeworm or something?
I hope so.
That would be pretty cool.
But at some point, I need to get it out of there and like keep it in like a worm farm.
Yeah, and then name it
Yeah, I mean, just
Willie.
give him a new environment.
Willie the worm. Willie the tapeworm.
My middle name's William. That could get confusing.
Oh yeah, that would get confusing. Shit. But then also you're naming your son after you.
Oh,
He's kind of like your son. He's coming out. He'll
Just
be
call
coming
him
out of your
Junior.
ass. Yeah. Willie Jr. There you go. You're
We
like,
could do something with that, I think.
yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. I mean, there's just some people like that. So do you think if you started to like lift and stuff, have you seen anybody in your family that lifts and put on muscle? Do you think you can put on muscle at all?
Not really. My dad told me he was built the same way as I am, like until he turned like 28, 29, and he just like. But he also worked at the plants, and like they would order food, and he would just like sit in the operator's room the whole time. So I mean, I'm constantly running around, so I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I was told if I started lifting weights that I had to build that I would like put muscle on pretty quick, but I don't want to lift weights. Those are heavy.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're heavy, so I don't have to lift them. Yeah. I don't know. I think once you get through you got to give yourself 30 days to like try it. Where you work out every day, but where you just have a routine where it's like, for these 30 days, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, and then just keep it easy. Like I started with just like walking or whatever, but yeah, I don't have that body. Like I don't put on, I put on like muscle differently. Like in my arms, they don't look very big.
The right one's a little bigger than the left.
Yeah, well, you know why. A lot of dreaming. So, but yeah, it's weird. There's just some people that, I mean, they just don't put on weight no matter what they eat. You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not me, dude. Not me. I can't. Like, I wish I could. That's why I work out, because if I didn't, I would be huge. I was huge. So.
I mean, I gorge myself. I eat nonstop. Like, it just never affects me at all. I don't know.
Really?
I mean, I also take 16 shits a day, so.
Nice. Well, that's probably helpful. That's the tapeworm.
Yeah, he's in there putting in work.
Yeah, he's fucking pushing it out. Yeah, I wanted to talk about dreams real fast. So I have these reoccurring dreams where usually I haven't had certain ones in a while. It's like there's 3 locations. One location is like a giant abandoned like warehouse factory type thing, and then the other one is like it's like a normal residential type house, just like normal house, 1-story small house. And then the third one is this other house that's 3 floors, but it looks like it's 2 floors, and the third floor is a hidden, and you have to get through it by finding the secret door. That's how you find the third floor. I dream about that house the most. So sometimes in these dreams, like okay, so it's so weird. It's so interesting. I wonder why I dream about it. So for the house that has the secret doorway, like some dreams I'm looking for it and I can't find it. I can't remember where it's at. Some dreams I know where it's at. I go to it. I just had a dream recently where Summer was in the dream, and she's usually not in the dreams. Nobody really is. Or there are people, but I don't like necessarily remember who it is. But finally, I had a dream where I showed her how to get through the doorway, and then it's just like weird. And sometimes there's like a present. Like one time in that house, there was a presence in the house, and we were trying to get on the 3rd floor to get away from like whatever the demonic presence was that's in the house. And then the factory, sometimes there's like a presence there it's always a dark, evil presence. And then in the other house, that's just like a normal residential house. There's usually a closet that I won't go into. I'm scared of the closet. There's a presence in the closet, and I can't like gather myself to get into the closet to like investigate. It's weird. Then sometimes like I have the dream with the where the 3rd floor is hidden, and one time I was trying to find that floor because I knew there was people coming, where it was like the apocalypse, and people were coming to like ransack the house, and I was trying to find the doorway to not die.
Right.
So it just like I have these reoccurring dreams. Either those or I'm fucking somebody. Like, it's one or the other.
Maybe the closet is the orgy. That's why you're trying to get in there. You could just never find it.
I walk in and it's like it's like a German orgy, like and
Just put your ass against the wall and slide into the middle.
Yeah, just like a cat. Whenever you cut a cat's whiskers, they like slide against the wall because they lose their balance. And then their wall is it has a texture on it and like fucking pops pimples along the way. Yeah, just hide my ass. You here for the orgy? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Like,
just way in the corner over there.
And then pounce and make sure that always make the chicks face a certain way. Like, so my ass is always facing a wall.
Do you guys think we should turn the lights off this time?
Yeah, I feel like the lights are a little high in here. Let's turn it down. I really like. Yeah, maybe that is what it is. But those dreams are so strange and they always stick out to me. In that one house, I see that house more often. I dream about that one house more often with the third floor hidden away, and I know where the secret door is now. Right now, I can think of it. I dream this dream so often when I do dream, and it's always so vivid. I literally remember where the door. So I'm hoping like next time I go and. There's really nothing special in there.
You don't ever like click to in the middle of your dream and like realize that you've had this before and like, oh, this is what I need to do.
No, I haven't done it.
That's never happened. Lucid
dreaming.
I mean, I've done it on accident before, but like, so like working in the restaurants, like you have what you call like a server dream, where it's like you're just like busy as shit at the restaurant. Like,
yeah,
absolutely, no matter what you do, you can't catch up. And the best feeling is like in my dream, I'll realize that I'm sleeping. And like it just clicks to me, and like I can just like, well, fuck this. I'm not doing any of this.
I'm gonna go fuck big bitches.
Yeah, literally, like I'll walk to the back of the restaurant, and I hit the door, and when I hit the door, I wake up.
Really?
And I do that like once a week.
Dang, once a week?
Yeah, but I never really thought that it was like weird.
Oh, that sucks to dream that.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was working at Chick-fil-A, they had Chick-fil-A Day, which was the day that whenever they made gay marriage legal or whatever, and all the people went and ate Chick-fil-A or whatever. It was so busy, dude. And I was on fries. They actually went across the street and had to buy waffle fries from Walmart. That's how busy. So people were getting not Chick-fil-A fries and had no idea because it was so busy.
They couldn't tell the difference?
I'm sure people did, but there's really nothing we could do. It was either that or don't eat, I guess. Or don't eat your fries.
Willie the Worm would have told me they weren't the right ones.
What's that?
Willie the Worm would have told me those weren't Chick-fil-A fries.
Get that out of here. I feel like he has like an old New York accent. Like, nah, see, I can tell those aren't Chick-fil-A. But I had a dream one time. I still remember the dream. It was just that day. Because, I mean, it was insane, dude. I mean, people were waiting for Chick-fil-A for an hour at a time. There was literally an hour wait, and people were waiting just to like for the whole gay thing. And I don't even remember the details of that, but I had that dream.
Wouldn't that just be like everybody going there like in spite of Chick-fil-A, considering they're like so Christian?
What it was the owner of it, he got caught, or not got caught, but it came out that he was donating to a therapy, like a couples retreat where they help heal marriages, and it was a Christian-based retreat program, and so obviously they don't let the gays go.
Well, of course.
And for good reason, because it would turn into a fun party.
Like, yeah, we'd be having way too good a time here.
Yeah, nobody would be cured of anything. Everybody would end up fucking everybody else. Actually, no, just kidding. And so he got, it was like a smear campaign, supposedly. And it was like a problem that he donated to. But I mean, it's like the dude's like almost 100 years old, and he's probably racist. He probably still says the N-word. He might say it on accident, having flashbacks from the past or something, you know. But it's so goofy. Like, of course he's gonna give his money to an organization like that. Of course. But yeah, it was an outrage or whatever. So people were protesting Chick-fil-A's, and then people that supported Chick-fil-A came that day. So it was in support.
I see.
Yeah. And I mean, that dream still sticks out to me. It was so intense. I actually can't remember what's a real memory from that day and what's a dream memory. Because I had that dream and it was so intense. I woke up sweating in that dream.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. Son of a fucking. But yeah, so do you ever have any other creepy dreams, reoccurring dreams, anything like that?
I have one reoccurring dream, like aside from like work dreams, and weirdly enough, I never made this like connection until we started talking about it just now. But it takes place like on this cul-de-sac that you live on,
Really?
because
Weird.
my friends used to live like 2 houses over,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
so I
gotcha.
would always come onto this cul-de-sac and like hang out with them. But for some reason, I have this reoccurring dream. We're in the middle of the cul-de-sac, and a T-Rex steps over the house. And like as soon as he does, like all these like barricades spawn, and the entire thing is us trying to kill the T-Rex, but we have no weapons.
Well, you're definitely not gonna win.
No, we never do. And
Yeah.
that's the bullshit part.
That's weird.
Like-
I have one dream about the toll bridge over the ship channel where I'm like walking up it, but it's steeper than it usually is, and I'm trying to get over it. But I know when I get to the top, it's gonna be so steep down that it's gonna be like really scary to go down. And it's like I have that dream sometimes. The weirdest dream I ever had. Man, I want to share these. This is going to be fun because I haven't thought about these in a while. And they occurred after going paranormal, like for the first times going paranormal investigating and stuff. So one of the dreams I had just got back from my first ever paranormal investigation called, I went to York. It was Yorktown first. Yeah. So I went to a Yorktown hospital. It's in Yorktown, Texas. It's kind of like near San Antonio. And it was maybe a day or two afterwards. And I actually fell asleep after football practice. I was asleep on the couch and my family was gone at the time. I lived in an apartment and the family was gone at the time. They went to a grocery shop. And dude, I just passed out on the couch. I was so tired. And I had this dream where I was laying. Okay, so let's say, for instance, this desk is the couch. So this is where I'm sleeping in real life.
Mm.
And then maybe just where that fridge or that TV is right there is the like a little carpet area. There's like couch, table, carpet area, TV stand with the TV on it. So in my dream, I was laying over there in the same room. Everything was the same, laying over there. And I just remember I was like looking up like this. And I was kind of like looking around and I don't even know what I was looking for. And this is a dream. And I was looking around, didn't know what I was looking for, looking around. And then I just knew I had to look for something. And I wasn't like particularly stuck or anything, but I just was looking up, laying down on my back.
Right.
And I see this black smoke like over my head where I can't really see it very well. And I can't like bend my head back any further. And so I go like this. And it like starts swirling around and it's just like this black fog and it starts swirling around and it kind of like starts going over me and I was looking at it and I go like this again. And when I do that, it goes straight into my mouth and I woke up clenching the couch. And I was like, oh. And like, dude, I was fucking freaked out, dude.
Dude, that would scare the shit out of me.
It was scary. And then like days following that, I feel bad for the listeners. I'm going to have to fix that because I went really loud and I heard the pop in my headphones. It sound like shit. Testing. Did the line? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Is it working? Does it sound good on your end?
Yeah.
Okay. When I pushed this, I couldn't hear it out of my headphones. Yeah, that dream was fucking scary, so intense. I still remember it. I mean, it shot down into my mouth, like, and I was grasping the couch, and I sat up and I grabbed my chest, like, holy shit! Like, I don't think I slept good that night. I couldn't.
Yeah,
go back
I would
to sleep.
imagine not.
And that was in the middle of the day, and like that night, I couldn't go back to sleep because I was still thinking about the dream. And then, like days following, it was during this, and it must have been. I'm trying to think. Because it must have been like during a break time at school because my cousins were with me and like weird stuff happened around the house. Like I remember one time we had like kid toys And one time the drum was just sitting over there and something hit the drum. Boom. And like me and my cousin Billy were right there. We both looked like, what the fuck? And then one time a box of diapers fell like out of nowhere. And the scariest thing that happened, and then I'll tell you another dream. And this all kind of happened around the same time. And this was years ago. I'm surprised I remember it this well. That's just how much it stands out. I mean, this was from like 2011, 12, that time.
Damn.
Maybe 10, actually. I was coming out of the bathroom. It was probably like 2 a.m. I used to stay up playing video games all night. So I was coming out of the bathroom. I shared a bathroom. And it's like a little, an apartment. You just have a long, skinny hallway. And then at the end is the rooms and then the bathroom.
Right.
So you walk across the hallway. It takes like 2 steps. And then I'm to my door. Well, I take 1 step and I look down the hallway towards the living room / dining room area. And I see this figure that's, I mean, if I had a guess, I say he because I just assumed it was a dude. It was a male figure. It looked like a male figure. It didn't have like a fat ass or anything because I would have like chased after him and been like, hey.
You still can't assume their gender.
Yeah, that's true. It literally looked at me and I could tell, but it was like it was just all like solid black. It looked at me like this and then it walked towards like the kitchen area. So this way from my vantage point. And I just remember sitting there thinking, what do I do? Because like I had just got into the paranormal stuff, so I wasn't like super comfortable. Like now I wouldn't care.
My soul would have left my body.
I mean, it did. I was terrified. I just froze. And I was like, do I go there? I mean, I probably sat there for like minutes and then went over there and checked. And I walked very slow. It was like a fucking movie, dude. And then that night, maybe not the same night. I honestly don't remember. I know that I was dating Summer because I called her and woke her up at like 4 a.m, explained to her what happened. She's like, huh? What? Are you okay? Yeah. Then I don't know if it was, I don't know if that occurred before this dream or if this dream occurred after. I really don't remember the timeline. But I remember in that same time, I had a dream where I was sleeping in my room and there was a voice talking that I could hear and it had more than one vocal tone. So it was like more than one voice. And all it was telling me, in my dream, I was sad that my mom was dead in real life. And it basically was telling me, you know what you have to do to see her again. And like, it was just kind of being vague saying that, like a presence around me saying that. And then like spotlighted on the middle of my floor in the room, there was a gun and there was like a spotlight on it. And then I freaked out and woke up and when I woke up, I was standing in front of my closet. I woke up standing up.
Dude, that's heavy.
It's weird, dude. And then around that same time too, I remember my uncle got a phone call and he was on the phone with somebody else and the phone, like he felt like the phone call was coming through and he was like a unknown number and he sent it to a voicemail and it left a voicemail and it whispered, I don't remember if it whispered his name or my name, but it whispered one of our names like on this voicemail. And then he tried to call the number back and it went straight to caller ID. It's like, we're sorry. This phone number you dialed is... And we're back. So that was very anticlimactic. Okay, let me explain what I wanted to do. I want to have the ability to make this room red whenever we want. When we start talking about conspiracies or weird shit. Because that's going to happen from time to time. Because that's just an aspect of my life.
Yeah.
And I think you're about it. So.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Damn it. That was so anticlimactic. That's like that was like me in the orgy, bro. Sucks, dude. It sucks. Son of a bitch, dude. That would have been so sick if I just like said that and it just went red.
That's okay. Now we know.
Yeah, now we know. I know what my next investment is. LED lights. Man, so I was telling the story about the one I ended on. Yeah, so I woke up in front of my closet. So that was a very weird, terrible interaction because I knew it was trying to tell me to commit suicide. to see my mom again. I mean, I'm pretty sure something followed me home that first time I went, because that time that when I went on that first investigation, I was a teenager. I was probably 16, 17, and I never been to a place before like that wasn't a house or anything. It's like a huge abandoned hospital. It was called a public event. So basically what they are is like a paranormal investigator or a team puts on an event where like just random people can go pay $30 and you're in a big group of people, but you go and investigate a location. But it's like a giant hospital, so you're able to kind of spread out and stuff. And that night was super active, and one of the ladies, I became friends with, shout out Crash. I became friends with her online. I just kind of reached out and said, I'm this age and I want to get involved in the paranormal because my mom passed away and blah, 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 blah. And she liked me, and she kind of just like took me under her wing. So most teams wouldn't let me be on their team because when you go into these abandoned places, sometimes they're dangerous. So they don't want to be liable for a kid, right? Somebody else's kid. So nobody else would take me. So she let, like, after I did that investigation with them, that public investigation, she put me on the team afterwards. So that was really cool. But she had a weird encounter that night where she like passed out, and luckily this guy that was with me that took me, he was a friend of mine that lived in my apartments. He was an adult, so he was able to drive because it's like 4 hours away at the hospital. He's a nurse, so he was able to revive her. He did like this weird chest thing where he had to like rub his knuckles in her chest that they use for like emergency situations.
She like actually stopped breathing?
Yeah, she passed out. And like he was like checking her. He's like, dude, like she didn't die, but he was like, dude, she's like barely breathing. Like, and he had to like, he literally ripped her shirt open, which is, I'm gonna send her.
He was just a horn dog.
I'm gonna send her this clip. It was pretty dope because she was pretty hot at the time, like, you know, and she still is. But at the time, like I was a teenager and I just saw like hot titties, and so
she's barely breathing. Oh, let me check. No, just take my word for it.
let me get in there. I'm a professional, and from my learning, if you squeeze the breast, it can compress air back into the lungs from the titty air. You push the titty air into the lungs. That's how it works. Everybody knows that's how it works.
Women.
So, no, he had to literally rip her shirt off and like do the thing in her chest, and like she woke up. So like there was something there that night, and I guess whatever it was or a part of what it was followed me, or it was fucking with me. I mean, crazy shit's happened in this room.
Don't tell me that.
So I can tell you, I just told the story the other day. I'll tell it again. Not on the podcast, but I'll tell it again to you. One time we were in high school, still, and I was spending the night here, and nobody else was at the house. I don't know where everybody was at, but that's pretty crazy. Letting two high school, we were fucking.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah, we fucking.
You're in here resuscitating Summer.
I'm knocking her. I'm making her pass out just so I can keep resuscitating. So this room used to be Summer's bedroom. So where I'm sitting used to be a bed. The bed used to be like this, and the TV was on that wall, and then the closet, blah blah blah. And I had a ghost box, and I had just getting into ghost box. So basically, for people that don't know, and then I don't know if you know, a ghost box is a hacked radio that is able to scan continuously through the bands of the radio frequencies. So it's rapidly scanning, and what it's doing is it's emitting white noise, or it's creating like radio chatter that supposedly spirits are able to manipulate. Because if you think about it, all a radio is towers are sending signals out, and you put the antenna up, and your antenna attracts the signals based on what channel, what frequency your radio's dialed into. So if it's scanning rapidly, it's pulling every frequency it can, and hopefully at the same time there's a spirit that's able to manipulate the energy or the frequency in order to like almost like take a ride on it and shoot through the ghost box. Like that's like the idea of it. And it was actually created to speak to aliens. The guy that made it, his name's Frank. He actually created the ghost box to speak to aliens, and found that he was having communication with what seemed like to be intelligent spirits. So it's pretty interesting, cool little fact. I'm turning the air conditioner on 'cause it's hot as fuck. So I was just starting to use Ghostbox, and I had this one. Some ghost boxes will like take out some of the radio chatter, and it's just mainly white noise. You just hear some of them you hear like but it's scanning backwards, so the words are coming out. The radio stations are scanning backwards. The words are not coming out backwards, but the stations are scanning backwards. It's called a 587. I actually had to take the radio part and connect the wires to make it do the hack. It's called a shack hack at the time. So we're scanning it, and it's saying stuff, and you can catch like coherent stuff time and time. It's actually better to record it on video and then go back and listen to it and annotate it with timestamps, because you hear it better through playback.
Okay.
In real time, it's tough. So when you hear something real time, it's fucking weird, right? Like it's that hardly happens. So one time we were in here, I was messing with it, and I've used it a few times before, but nothing crazy. And we asked some questions and nothing was really coming through. We were doing it for a little while, and then I told Summer, raise your hand, and she raised her hand, and I said, what's the name of the person raising their hand? And keep in mind, it said it. I remember the pacing of how it said it. It said, "That's Summer," just super clear in a girl's voice, right? And so keep in mind, it says, "That's Summer." And when it said it, I mean, the radio scanned over, maybe 50 bands of radio frequency, 75, something like that, really fast. So that means that at the right time it happened, the words happened to, it's just weird, right? So it said that, and we got scared because I'm like, again, I'm still getting used to this stuff. And I turned the ghost box off, and like we all got the chills, and we're sitting in here. I'm standing like almost where you're at, and she's sitting on the bed. And I was like, "You heard that?" And she was like, "Yeah." And we were talking about it, and I said, "That was that voice sounded kind of familiar." And she goes, "You didn't know whose voice that was?" And I said, "No." It to her, and then when she said it, I said, "Oh my gosh, it did sound like her voice." Sounded like my niece's voice at the time, who Summer had like a close relationship with.
Oh, what the fuck?
So it sounded like my niece's voice, and we like freaked out, and we got the chills. We were like freaking out, and like the energy just shifted in the room. Then, so you know how there's a room right here? Her dog, she used to have a Weimaraner, big German dog, Nazi, and Nazi dog was sleeping in there, and she jumped off the bed, and we heard her jump off the bed, and she ran to the stairs, and she started like aggressively barking, "Hoo, hoo." And I shit you not, dude. I opened the door, and I see her, and she has like the hair on her back was like all
Like
standing
up, yeah.
And I legitimately heard two or 3 foot. I don't remember the exact amount. And I had kept a bat right there, and I got the bat, and like I went out there, and I was like, "Who's there?" Like I knew nothing was there. I knew it was paranormal. Like
Right.
Instantly, my body was telling me, everything was telling me. But you do the whole I'm checking. I mean, that memory I will never forget that.
I would have fucking disintegrated.
I mean, it's insane. Stuff happens to me all the time. Like not all the time, but when I think about it, like one time I was that computer used to be downstairs. I was editing, and I was editing a paranormal video, and I didn't have headphones in. And in the video, I asked the spirits there to move something or something. And whenever I said that, a picture frame behind me fell off the fireplace, and there's like really no way it could fall off. I mean, just the other night I went to last time, this was probably a few months ago, I went and filmed at a jail, and stuff started happening again here at the house. And I was coming into this room, I shut that door, and right when I shut the door, Emery's door popped open, and I felt a jolt of like, ooh, that wasn't natural.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
It's tough to say because I was shutting the door, and it happened right after I shut the door. So maybe like the suction, but the door was shut. Her door was shut, and it's shut right now. We came in and out. I've come in and out since we started recording. It didn't do it, so it never does it. It only did it that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not a coincidence.
Dude, I mean, so many ghost stories, and I think I'm getting like the little, because I go through like waves of where it sounds fun to go do and waves where it doesn't. I'm like feel like I'm getting into like a wave where it sounds fun to go do, because it's just like I mean, so we were told we almost got a TV show for this, so this is gonna be really insane. So I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. We got told, yeah, buckle up, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about
strapped in.
I'm about to drive you around like Paul Walker. You better get ready. So okay, so I met a group of friends online. We became friends online and through the paranormal stuff. There was 7 of us that became friends. Okay, and I say it like that because that name and that word's gonna be very popular. So, and we noticed that we were all getting, like, when we would go on investigations or even when we were doing ghost box sessions at our houses, we were noticing that we were all getting responses from a spirit named 7. He would come through, 7, I'm 7. And he would come through and say stuff and about us personally. And like, it was really weird. Okay. And we kind of like through this group chat that we had on Facebook, it was like, it turned, it was like from, we were going to do collabs. Then we turned into friends where we're talking every day, all day, joking around. There's 7 people and we're all being active in the group chat. So just imagine how much time was focused on that. And I became friends with these dudes. And we found out that a psychic from one of the dudes knew the psychic. And then I know a psychic that I trust really well. And I'm not a big believer in when it comes to people like that, like psychics and mediums. 95% of them that I've ever had experiences with were terrible. Like,
Well, the concept of it seems just so sketchy to me. Like, oh, you hear this thing that only you can hear in this room? Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, it is. And this lady, I don't know what you would call her because she does like tarot cards and stuff too. Man, she's like one day I should invite her on the show. She'll come do the show, I bet. And she could do a reading for you live, like on the show. It's weird. Like she will hit on stuff and you're like, whoa. Like kind of
see me squirming in this seat.
yeah, Willie over there trying to get out. It would be really weird, but she has said some really weird stuff. Her and this other psychic that supposedly, my close friend believes, both said on separate occasions that we're involved with friends that we all like are like tied together. This was their words. One of the psychics said this. The other one didn't say this exactly, but kind of described it. You know how they like use like vague descriptions? The psychic he knew said that we were tied together by a blood curse that was like on our people. Like we were meant to become friends because our paths were going to cross, supposedly, because we were tied by this spirit. And they didn't say 7, and they didn't know about 7. They just both said it. And they didn't know who was involved or anything. They just said, there's people that you're involved with, dealing with dark stuff. Be careful. Right. And they both said that. So that happened. So we're getting 7, and he, like me just talking about him right now, shit's going to start happening here. Like that. It just always happens that way. I swear, I'm not even joking.
You can wait till I leave, big dog. It's all good.
I'm telling you, it's weird. I mean, that desk, the other desk that was like, that's the one that blew up in here. You know that story.
Yeah.
So, so we found out that we were all connected because of this supposed blood curse on our family lineage by this demon or spirit or something, some ancient. I don't know if it's a demon or whatever, but a way that he shows himself is phantom water drops. Like one time I was sitting in this room back when it used to be Not Today Satan. I used to have the desks back to back like this. And then we had a couch right here, and I was sitting right here, and you can look up. That's what was above me. So a soundproofing pad was above my head, and I'm sitting there in the chair, and I felt a water drop hit my nose. And I look up and I'm like, what the fuck? I wipe it. No, there's no water. I wipe it. Like when we get together, one time when we filmed Madhouse, the first one, we have a scene where Seven comes up because when we're together, he's like stronger. It's weird. And 3 of us of the 7 were together for that movie. And we there was somebody experienced a phantom water drop while we were there, and they were like, I have no idea where that came from. I don't understand. And they were not somebody that's like tied to the curse or whatever. It was just like a different person that was there that they didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
So we almost got a TV show out of it. The producers came and visited us. We all lived in different states, and the story was going to be about that and trying to figure out what it was and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then it just went away because all of those people, they were all ended up being insane and crazy. So not all of them, but some of them, and it just kind of shattered the group. And
You don't ever talk to any of them anymore? Or?
Yeah, I'm still friends with Alex and Keith. I think that's it. I don't think I talked to the other guys. No. But yeah, Alex and Keith. And when we do stuff together still, it gets like weird. Strange.
Wow. That's horrifying, man. I don't think I could be involved in all that.
I mean, I probably sound fucking crazy. But I don't know. I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying I have experienced things that I can't explain, and it is like the same thing that comes through. You can clearly hear it says 7. I'm not the only person that exists. You can probably go on YouTube and like type in Ghost 7 comes through Ghost Box, and there's probably going to be a bunch of people that have videos about it. It's weird. I don't know if it was. I don't know.
I'm going to look it up when I get home.
Yeah, scare yourself.
Probably be awake for the next 3 days.
Yeah. Talking about that, I was supposed to start with this, so let me just do it now, and then I'll just make it into a clip or something. Go to YouTube real fast, and then just type in Solace for the Devil. SOLACE. Yeah. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, that one right there. That's an intro. That's a trailer for our new movie. Let's watch it. I wanted to play it on the show.
Do I need to turn
Something
it up?
called you guys by name.
It called us by name?
By name. Full sentence EVP.
The Native Americans have been here. We understand this was their land at one time, and the family came and built this house on top of maybe a burial ground.
Dude.
Here's Emma right here, y'all.
Emma came through on the Perilous, and then we got an EVP that said Emma.
I just need you to come to say your name, okay? Grandpa!
Shut the f*** up, you kidding me?
It said Grandpa.
No f***ing way.
Okay. Can you grab my hand? I hear movement in there. Are you moving to my hand? It's never done that before.
It shut off?
It's not supposed to shut off.
Are you affecting me?
The motion sensor went off.
Oh, you okay, dude?
I'm feeling weird as f***, like really agitated.
Dear Heavenly Father, protect me and my spirit from all that is evil and wicked. Yes, sir. That's a new one. I was smiling during the trailer because there's a scene where you see like a clip right there where Alex fell. I'll give this little teaser, this little what's it called?
Tidbit.
Yeah. What's the
Fun
real
fact.
word? Spoiler. Spoiler. He fell through the house is old. The cabin's really old. He fell through the fucking floor. His foot went right through the floor, dude. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Because Alex is super low energy, just like very chill. And he's like, guys. And like his legs fucking dangling under the house.
I would have been so embarrassed that I would have lied. Like, something pulled me.
Something pulled me through.
Someone was trying to rip me down there.
the devil. But yeah, that's the new trailer for the new film. It should be coming out 2023. So
On Amazon?
no, it's going to come out on YouTube. And actually, me and Keith, we have some ideas and plans in the works for this coming year. Hopefully, we're able to do them. It's just hard. He lives in North Carolina,
Oh, okay.
He has, and he has a family. He has 3 kids and a wife, so it's like really hard. I mean, I only have one kid and one wife and one side bitch, and it's insane to keep up with.
It's a lot to juggle.
But no, we're supposed to do some more stuff through this year, hopefully. But I'm excited. I think I guess I am, because I've been talking about paranormal stuff the whole time, huh?
Yeah, you sound giddy about it.
Yeah, I guess that's what. I mean, it's just one of those things. I think I'm done with it, and then I get sucked back into it. It never goes away, the feeling to want to do it.
Well, it seems like it's kind of like drawn to you, so.
Mm-hmm. I guess some people just like, do you have any experiences with anything like that? Or
No, never.
See, some people it just seems like they don't have that. Like, and it's not that you're like, do you believe?
Yeah.
See, because usually that's like the first step, because I always tell people, I mean, if I was a spirit or ghost or whatever it is, I don't know what it is. I don't like to use terms. Like, I'll say what it, like labels or whatever, but I really don't like to use them because we don't know what the fuck it is. And then you say ghost and you think of like Casper or whatever, and that's not the same thing. But these ghosts or whatever they are, if you believe in them, I would think they would try to talk to people that believe in them.
Yeah, they'd be more prone to like try to interact with that person as opposed to like somebody who they know like is just going to ignore them.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of weird that you haven't, but maybe you just haven't been around it,
Or maybe I just look the other direction as hard as I can.
Yeah, it freaks you out pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up floating against my ceiling. Like, oh, that's weird. Probably a draft or something.
Like, it's just the draft. The draft lifted me off of my bed.
Someone turn the AC down in here.
Yeah. Whenever it's so weird when somebody puts the AC at 68 in my house. I rise from the bed. The upstream of the draft. You just like
my
try to
brother
get off.
probably carved an upside down cross in my forehead as a prank.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think what else I have a funny story. I think that that I wanted to share before I forget about it, because it happened a while back. So this is gonna pull us away from the paranormal stuff. So that was fun.
All right.
And I have more stories. So you never know when they're gonna pop up. They might pop in there.
I'll keep my seatbelt on.
There you go. Keep it on. This story's funny. Literally, you might need a seatbelt, and you'll understand why. So the other night after the graduation, we went out with friends and stuff, and we had a hotel. So you know what hotels mean as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an adult couple, what does a hotel mean?
A little bit of smotion.
You fucking like, it's going down. This was a janky seaside hotel on the Galveston
better.
Wall. Yeah,
even better.
You're fucking dude. Like you can literally hear the people next to you. You're like, whatever, I don't care. So we get back and she's drunk. I didn't drink because I had like a really bad headache, and then also I was trying to like make sure I'm driving right. So I didn't drink, and you know how it is whenever other people are drunk around you and you're not drunk. It's kind of hard. Like sometimes it can get a little annoying, whatever. So you're trying to like, you have to keep in mind judging the situation is always different when you're drunk compared to when you're not. Well, anyway, she was wearing some hot lingerie, right? My gears were going, it was getting built up, right? And I thought, I'm going to like show her, like I'm going to be manly, right? I want it to be manly. So I decided I'm going to like pick her up and like toss her on the bed. But in my brain, I'm thinking, I need to like use some legs so I can like I don't want to like throw her far or anything, like, but I want to make it to where she's like, holy shit, he can like throw me if he wants to. Like, that's hot, right? That's what I'm thinking in my brain. And when I did it, I like overly corrected. And I mean, she went flying. I mean, she was like, her head almost skid the roof, like, not really, but I mean, it was way higher than it should have been.
Yeah.
Which is funny, right? Because like, I'm trying to set the tone, and then I just like throw the hot bitch in lingerie in the air, and like almost like, I mean, she could have taken a bounce off the bed and flown out the window. I mean, because the bed and the window were that close. In this hotel, there's no telling if the bed's like the springs are broken or something. She could have literally straight through. She could have done what Alex did and went straight through the floor. I don't know like what could have happened. So I tossed her on the bed, and like, so when she landed, she kind of landed face down. And keep in mind, so her like butt's, and you know, her butt's there. I can see her butt, and like she's wearing this lingerie thing, and I'm like, and it's like quiet for a second. She's just laying there, and I'm like, did I kill her? Like I thought maybe I killed her. Maybe I knocked her out or something. I don't know. And
Back to the resuscitating.
yeah. And I asked her, I was like, are you alive? And she was like, yeah. And it was just like, then it's funny because she was drunk, and her not knowing the situation she thought I was just being mean. So she got mad, and we got in a fight, which is even worse.
She thought you were just like fucking with her.
She thought that when I said like, are you alive? I was saying it in the sense of like,
are you drunk and passing out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got offended because when you're drunk, you're like, hell no, I'm fucking good, man. I'm so fucking good, man. Like, and you're not, you know.
They hit you with the, are you alive? Like,
yeah, are you alive?
yeah, I just threw you 50 feet.
Yeah, and I was asking in the sense of like, I just threw you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I overcompensated big time. Which is good to know if I ever need to throw her like across a building or something, or like fire. Maybe I know I can do a decent amount. So that's good to know. I can shot put her if I need to. But yeah, that was a pretty funny story. I just thought I'd share that. What's the time?
We're at an hour and 12.
Hour 12. I didn't really have anything else. There is something I wanted to say real quick before I forget. If you have a funny dad story or something that goes with the show of this week. So like take for instance, if you have a paranormal story, a dream story, a dad story, a funny sex story, anything, you can actually send it to our email address. Let me make sure I want to make sure I say the right one, but it's dadnoisespod@gmail.com. And send them, and we'll read them on the show. We can even like act them out if you want.
It'd be so much fun.
It would be so much fun. Please do that. So yeah, it's dadnoisespod@gmail.com. So make sure you send in your submissions there. Also, I wanted to announce I'm going to try to figure out a way that we can live stream during XFL games. I was a big XFL fan. I actually went and watched a game whenever we used to have a team. It's just something fun and new. I love football, so it's nice to have something to watch whenever NFL's not on. I try to be a supporter of it because I want it to work, because I think it can work. And now they're like helping, the NFL's helping the XFL, and they're using it as like if you didn't get drafted, you can be signed from the XFL. So it's like, so hopefully it works this time, like as a developmental league. But it's fun, and the games were cheap, and they were fun to go watch. And our quarterback, he was really cool to watch and stuff. So I'm a big supporter of it. So I want to do like a game companion where we watch the game, we have some guests come on, some friends, and we live stream us watching the XFL game and just talk shit while we're watching it.
I'm super down for that.
Yeah, so
That'll be a blast.
I want to do that. And talking about that, pull up that email page real fast. That top link is going to be XFL uniforms on the other tab.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That XFL uniforms unveiling. Let's click on this. I don't know if the pictures are good or not. You might have to Google it for yourself. But let's see if this link is good. They have gay pictures. Like why would they take a picture half of the fucking? Go to XFL Instagram, and you can probably find. While you find that, I'm gonna talk about it. They had the uniform unveiling. The league's supposed to start pretty soon. I'm super excited. Hopefully it's fun to watch like it was the first time. They're going to try out. What's cool too about the league is that they're going to try out rules and different video type stuff that the NFL doesn't do. So hopefully they find. Okay, look, click that one right there where the Rock is, where he's looking at the uniforms.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Ah, dang it. Yeah, log in and see if that works. I don't even know if that's still a good Instagram or not, but if it works, it works. Just so you can just say not now. But yeah, The Rock is behind it this time too, so he does a pretty good job at building stuff. I like San Antonio's jerseys. Yeah, click through. See that one right there? That's Seattle. That's San Antonio's. They have like a yellow Yeah, that one right there is Seattle. I think the orange one.
Oh, that one is cool.
That one right there is a San Antonio one. It's fucking sick.
Back to the golden green or what?
So no, that's like a navy blue. Go to Google real fast and look up a San Antonio XFL San Antonio or something like that. Their uniforms are cool, but what I like about the uniforms is they add like texture to the patterns and stuff. So the uniforms don't just look like normal NFL stuff. But yeah, that's them right there. Those are pretty sick, dude.
Oh, what the?
I like the I hate these websites.
Yeah.
Just go back to the Google. I like the Houston ones too. But yeah, that's it right there. That's a good picture.
How do I keep messing this up?
No, that one was working. Well, no, the other one. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Yeah, that right there. That's a good picture. Yeah, those are sick looking, right?
Those are cool.
Yeah, they
Brahmas?
the Brahmas. I don't know what a Brahma is.
Like the bro llamas?
Is that what it is?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's just what came in my head. I can't imagine what else it would be.
I thought you were being legitimate, like the bro llamas. Look up Houston's real fast. Houston's is cool too. I don't like I kind of do like the red, white, and blue scheme. It's cool. It's just like overplayed because you think Texans. So I wish they picked something else, but it's fine. It looks sick though. It looks different enough that you know that it's not the Texans. That's our quarterback right there. That's another one. They had AJ McCarron.
It does look a lot like the Texans.
Yeah, but I like how they use the old Oilers look.
Yeah.
Logo, and then how the numbers are colored like that. They're pretty sick. So
it does kind of meet in the middle of like the Oilers and Texans, but
yeah, because the blue. I wish they used the baby blue.
Yeah,
that would have been sick.
I saw like somebody did like a Photoshop of like new Texans uniforms, but they were the actual Oilers colors, and they looked really cool. If I could find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, those look cool. So we'll be like an XFL source is what I want to do. I think it would be fun to follow the league. We'll watch some of the games. Maybe we'll watch some playoff games and championship stuff like that. But we'll do some companions. Those are fun. So yeah, that's what we have. So again, remember dadnoisespod@gmail.com. Please subscribe. Please share the show if you enjoy it. Let people check it out. Tell them to come listen. This was a fun show. Everybody always likes listening to ghost stories and stuff like that. So, and everybody has dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King had one, and look where he ended up. So don't have dreams, basically.
Okay, yeah, maybe not.
That's the end of this episode. So yeah, thanks for listening. Subscribe. Make sure you share. And you got anything, Dylan?
I love you. Bye.
Peace.